Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. In today's video, I'll be talking about Christmas and where we as Muslims stand on that. It is worth mentioning that the Christmas that we see today has, for most parts, pagan roots, which originated from the era of Emperor Constantine. Many Islamic scholars and historians agree that the Christmas that we see today is a product of syncretism, the blending of different beliefs to create a unified religious practice. So here's the historical context behind this point and how it relates to the Islamic worldview. So what are the pagan roots of the rituals? Well, historically speaking, 25th of December was also a tradition in the pre-Christian era, and that's where the winter festivals took place that were popular in Rome and Northern Europe. The most prominent one here is Saturnalia, yes, which was from the 17th to the 23rd of December. And this was a Roman festival honoring Saturn, the false god of agriculture. It involved feasting, gift-giving, and reversal of social norms. The masters served the slaves. Then there is the Sol Invictus, which was celebrated on 25th of December, and that was the birthday of the unconquered sun. This was a major holiday established by the Emperor Aurelian to honor the sun, false deity. When the Christians became the state religion, celebrating the birth of the sun on the birthday of the sun was a convenient cultural bridge. Then you have the Yule. The northern tribes, Germanic and Nordic tribes, celebrated the winter solstice with evergreen trees, wreaths and logs, Yule logs, to symbolize life persisting through the dead of winter. And these symbols were absorbed into Christmas and Christianity as it spread north. So what is Emperor Constantine's role? Well, he acted as the unifier in that time. He tried to unify the sects and the tribes, and that is historically significant. Constantine was a brilliant political strategist who needed a unified empire. However, he had a problem. The Roman Empire was fracturing. Politically, it was split. Religiously, it was divided between various pagan cults and squabbling Christian sects, like the Arians, who believed Jesus was created, versus Trinitarians, who believed he was a son of Astaghfirullah, God. So the solution that Constantine was contemplating was he sought one God, one emperor, one empire. So then we have to stand still with the Council of Nicaea, which was 325 AD. He convened this council not to invent Christmas, but to standardize the Christian theology. He pushed for consensus to stop the infighting. The council officially declared Jesus as of the same substance of Astaghfirullah, God, the Trinity, rejecting the Arian view, which was closer to the Islamic view of Jesus being a created being. So the syncretism is that Constantine himself retained the title of Pontifex Maximus, high priest of the pagan religion, for much of his life. He blended symbols to make the transition easier for pagans. For example, he declared Sunday, the day of the sun, as the official day of rest, blending the Christian Sabbath with the pagan worship of the sun. So, what is the Islamic perspective on this history? This historical reality that Christmas is a mix of Roman politics, pagan rituals, and Christian theology is exactly why Islamic jurisprudence differentiates between Isa, the prophet, and Christmas, the holiday. The rejection of bid'ah, innovation. We as Muslims argue that since these rituals, the trees and the 25th of December date, were not taught by Isa himself nor found in the Bible, they are man-made innovations. Islam strictly forbids adding rituals to the religion that were not ordained by Allah. Then there's the Nicaean divergence. Muslims believe that the Council of Nicaea was the pivotal moment where the original teachings of Isa, monotheism, were officially overpowered by the Trinitarian doctrine enforced by the empire. Validation of the Quran. For Muslims, this history validates the Quran's claim that the message of Jesus was altered over time by human beings for the political or cultural reasons, tahrif. So in summary, the celebration is largely a result of the empire's effort to integrate pagan populations who were used to the winter solstice festivals into the new state religion. The date was borrowed from Sol Invictus, the rituals borrowed from Saturnalia and Eule, the theology standardized under the imperial pressure at Nicaea. So, my dear brothers and sisters, how are we supposed to act when we get invited to a feast or a party? Well, it is very important to be very careful and wary about what we say and how we act. Any symbolism that we imitate or copy that basically affirms that we go along with the flow, so to speak, and where we implicitly give signals that, yes, it's part of the holidays, it's part of the rituals, this is not good. So if you get invited and you go, yes, have your drink your lemonade, drink your juice, be there as a social for a social call, because don't refuse an invitation, but do not participate in anything that has a connection to, let's say, religious features and whatnot. So we know what it is. We stay away from bid'ah, we stay away from this, since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed to us the truth through the glorious Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But inshallah, when the time is due, when the time is there, people who really think and analyze and assess the situation will eventually find out that, hey, wait a minute, there's no link between Christmas tree and religion. There's no link between 25th December and the birth of Isa. There's no link between celebrating this and that and whatnot in the name of the religion. So this is something that inshallah one day people will come to realize, but we have to stay firm, brothers and sisters, and stay away from anything that imitates the ritualistic celebration of these Christian holidays that has the pagan roots in it. So my dear brothers and sisters, thank you for tuning in. May Allah keep us away from bid'ah and may Allah keep us on the straight path. Ameen. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.